Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
One thing I have trouble with is patience. I've been told that I'm not the only one, but I really have to work on waiting. I noticed that waiting is a common theme throughout the Bible. Just think about Noah and the ark. For more than a whole year, when the water finally started to go down, he started sending out birds. But even when they didn't return, he waited. And not just a week or two. It was almost 2 months after the water had dried up that God gave him the okay to get out of the ark. But he waited. And how about Abraham? He was 75 years old when he received the promise back in Genesis 12. And he was 100 years old when his son of promise, Isaac, was born in Genesis 21. Abraham and Sarah waited 25 years for that promise. Jacob worked 7 years for his promised Rachel. Imagine his shock when he found out that he'd married the wrong sister. But he got his promised Rachel the next week. Joseph was a young man when he had a dream that his brothers bowed down to him. It was about 14 years later before this dream became a reality, with many struggles and impossible situations in between. David was a teenager when he was anointed king of Israel by Saul. It was nearly 15 years before he actually became king. I could go on, but you get the point. Each of these men had a promise given to them by God. But holding that promise in their hearts, they had to wait. And in the meantime, struggle through some pretty mundane things, like feeding and cleaning up after animals, shepherding, or in Joseph's case, being a slave. They had to go through some pretty painful things too. But in everything, God was preparing them for what He had for them. Psalm 105, verse 19 says, speaking of Joseph, "Until the time came to fulfill his dreams, the Lord tested Joseph's character." So what is God preparing for you? Maybe at this point you don't know, but you're still going through a time of waiting for something. Maybe you're being tested and refined, like Psalm 66:10 says, "O God, you have tested us. You have refined us as silver is refined." Or like Isaiah 48:10, "I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction." I would encourage you today to wait patiently, as it says in Psalm 27:14. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Be faithful in your waiting. Continue to do what the Lord has given you where He has put you. And remember the promise of Isaiah 40, verse 31. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So wait, knowing God has something in mind for you in His plan.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.